All right, hey everybody, welcome on in. Sorry it took me a second to get started there. All right, so I've been working on some streaming utilities this morning, some things for myself. So I thought I'd jump in and keep working on those. I'm learning Google's Antigravity right now, so that's kind of a new one for me. So we're going to be working through, some of the nuance of that, et cetera, and see how that all goes. Let's see here. What are we doing? Hey, there I am. How am I connected to Bluetooth? I should not be able to be connected to Bluetooth. What is going on right now? What Bluetooth am I connected to? There we go. Technology. All right, so welcome. I'm gonna jump right into it. Let's see. I got a couple things. I'm gonna keep maturing out this utility that I just built, and then we'll get into some other fun stuff as well. Boo, boo, boo. Let's go to screen sharing. All right. Let's get rid of that. Yes, let's accept that. It's a pretty simple file so far. So I guess really quick, let me show you what it does. So we'll just open up this index. And all it's doing right now is it's just it's a break screen. Why did that change that camera? That wasn't supposed to happen. What is happening right now? Main no chat. That one's right. Main desk cam. Yeah. Oh. All right. Don't know why I did that. Anyway, so what we've got here. Oh, I need to fix this. Where do I want that to live? Probably get rid of some of this crap on my screen too. You can be smaller, and you can be smaller. All right. And you can be smaller. All right, now we got that right. So, the goal here, this isn't displaying right because of the window. So basically just created it's a timer, so break timer. I've got a little message there, be right back. And then it's got social media links. Then one of the cool things here, whoa, sorry about the sound. I really got to figure out how to change that. That's got to be one of my new features. Every time you open the side panel, it gets really loud. Anyway, so you can change the picture, change the physics, rotation, what axis it's rotating on, change the time of the timer, start, reset, pause. Actually, I haven't tested these buttons. Let's test this. Yep, that worked. Pause. And then you can change the little message. It says, so like, this is a message. You do have to hit apply and save settings. So okay, and then some other cool things. We've got a couple of different themes. So it's got like this cool cyberpunk theme, cool blue emerald. I like it. And then solar ember. Actually, I kind of like this one. I almost would leave that. And then, you know, when it's actually playing on stream, it's clear so you can see through it. So that's what we've got right now. Actually, let me mute this tab. That's probably the right thing to do. Mute that for now so it stops making extra noise. All right, so the things that I want to do right now, I don't really like where the taking a break is at. I'm going to make it more central because I think it should be like the main thing, right? Taking a break. The timer's fine, and then the social media, especially on a smaller screen. So if we switch over to it here, like a smaller screen, like looking at it right now on my phone. In fact, actually, that's a really bad spot because Twitch likes to overlay stuff over it. That's a choice. So we need to fix that a little bit as well. Okay. Hey, sound is good. All right. So I think the first one we're going to do, we'll go back to screen sharing. Like I said, just this is kind of my first time really working with anti-gravity. So really just kind of experimenting. Can I make... customizations of rules and workflows? I just want to change... editor, there we go. Window features, security extensions. Just want to make the text bigger. Come on. Control, oh, is it that easy? Control plus. Okay, yeah, that should be a little more readable. Camera. What are you doing, camera? Why are you high? Technology, man, I tell you. Plus, plus, plus. All right, will you not do that again, please? Okay, so, sorry. So, cool. We got that, so it's now visible. So let's go back to actually working on the code. Walk through task. We got all the tasks done. The one thing I don't like so far, I'm sure there's a way to see them though. Like with Claude code, I can have multiple windows going on at a time. I think with this, like if I remember correctly, actually, let me play around with this. I think there's like an agent view they want you to use if you want to run multiple conversations at the same time. I saw a video on it. I don't know how. Oh, okay, yeah, there's how you can find your past conversations. Okay, so let's update. Um, uh, all right, so basically what I want to do is when we're looking at this, I want these to be, so the taking a break and the social, I want them to be in the center. And then I want those, both of them to be 50% bigger. I didn't realize I had a cheer minimum. I've set up things so many different ways over the years. Sometimes I forget. And why don't I have any bits? I don't think I'm logged in. I don't want to do that. Why can't I log in with my Twitch account? Hey, that's better. All right, that's me. Let's see. What does it want permission to act on google.com? Why does it need to do that? Oh, because it's trying to actually test its changes. That's fine. Let's see. We'll do that in a minute. Mostly I don't need it to do automated browser testing. It's like, it's overkill for something this small. Okay, so now if I go to break screen, I like that. YouTube. Does that work? Let me make sure that actually works. Looks like it. Oh, link is expired. I need to go fix that. Okay, so that looks good. I think one thing that I would like on this is, like, it would make sense. So part of my idea here is to turn this into a utility that folks can use. Twitch is folk firebrand. Make sure I've got all these right. Okay, nope, that all looks good. So I think one of the next things to do would be to add. In fact, it might have done that because it's been doing that a lot. Let's see, physics and rotation, countdown timer. Okay, now let's. All right, let's give people a choice. Let's clear this context though. That's already been, well, now the context is similar, so let's do that. Oh, and what are we calling this? In the stream overlay settings. One important thing when working with AI is making sure that you have a solid vernacular. Because if you don't have a language that you use that the AI understands, then you're going to have to constantly be adjusting and trying to help it figure out context, which is not great. Uses a lot of resources. Okay, do you want to show me the implementation plan? There we go. Dynamic, we will use a clean helper class, dynamically apply the layout. Center, bottom left, bottom right, top left, top right. And I should be able to add top and bottom center. Oh, and same. Script updates, styling updates. Let's see. We also want add Let's make this just as customizable as we can. All right, add changes from comments. Okay, so now we're gonna see, so update to take those changes. Oh, yeah, okay. So break and socials. Let's do top center. And let's put this back to. You can also change the timer now. So let's do that. That's pretty slick. I like that. Yeah, I think that's a good start for this. So we can do overlay branding. Oh yeah, I need to add a couple more. Let's add 2 more. Oh, let's do this in a new context window because there's no reason to carry that context over. Let's add 2. Let's see. What do we want? One of them. Ko-Fi, Ko-Fi, and Patreon. Probably should add some other socials too. What do people care about nowadays? Oh, the TikToks I know is a big one. Does anybody care about threads? I shouldn't find that so funny, but I thought threads was going to be useful for a while, and it never really was. Put on some tunes. See if these get a copyright strike or not. Hopefully not. That's a lot of exploring you're doing there. Gemini, did you break? Huh. I think I broke it. This is a tiny project. It shouldn't take it that long. Let's see, what are we calling this so that it makes sense? Social media handles. Let's add 2 new social media handles. Maybe this will help. The one thing I could use, if you're familiar with Antigravity, and maybe I just need to start poking around, I need to find... Oh, whatever it uses for skills, things like that. Oh, thank you. You're actually going to take a look this time? Wait, why are we going to simple coin? Oh, okay. And then Ko-Fi, coffee, whatever you want to call it. Yes, allow. All right, let's take a look at the implementation plan. So we're going to add Ko-Fi and Patreon. Modify JS config, modify app.js. Yep, no need for test suite right at the moment. It's pretty basic. All right, proceed. All right, it'll show the new ones. Let's take a look. Refresh. And we should now see Ko-Fi and Patron. Cool. So, let's add TikTok too. Because why not? Kids like that. Let me know if you can think of any others we should add. Oh, and then while we're doing that, I should fix a couple of other things. Let's move this over here. Let's go to Streamlabs. Where are we at? Did we get it done? Boop. Accept. I wonder if the Claude Code notifier... I like that. Don't know that I really need it though. Hey, anyway, squirrel. All right, let's see if that got added. Let's interact with this. Bring this over here. Yep, we got TikTok, we got Patreon. And then let's play around with some of these settings while we're at it. So center, front and center, let's go. Oh, hey. These are broken. Interesting. Okay. Any other things that are... Can I change this? Break time. Okay, that works. Okay, so it's just a little carrot that's not working. when we interact with the browser in Streamlabs, on keyboard. There might be something about whatever that browser it has implemented just doesn't work right. Let me switch back to this. Okay, and then like, so as I'm thinking about this, like I like what we have so far. I'm kind of starting to think like it would be cool to just build my own overlay, right? So I've got the foundation for it, which obviously is this section that I've done here. But yeah, I'm thinking like, what kind of fun could we have if we just did a fully custom overlay? And then I have some ideas that I'd like to add to it. Obviously, we'd need to go beyond what we've got now. Probably eventually need to package this up, stuff like that, make an app out of it. But right now, this is kind of an MVP, kind of a test bed for some ideas. But I've never really enjoyed using a lot of the overlays that are out there, if I'm being honest. And so creating my own is kind of an entertaining idea. So we'll see where we go. Let's look at this implementation plan. Oh gosh, there's a proceed button. I keep typing proceed. I'm a dork. Okay, so custom drop-down selects for blah, 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 for progress. Select drop-down menus, Twitch break, screen overlay control system. That's funny. All right, let's do that. Then I should push all this up to Git again here too. Oh, my timer must have resolved. Let's see. Yep, got to 0. One of the next things I want to do is add like custom soundscapes. Can do like a fantasy one and maybe like a rock and roll one. I don't know. Video game inspired one. To do auto browser. Okay, so this uses a knowledge directory. Interesting. Interesting that its knowledge directory is Claude. In fact, actually, I should be... That's kind of my mistake. I should be using Claude for the coding Although this has been fine with the coding, but that actually is an interesting choice. So let me switch. I think Sonnet is what a lot of people say is great for coding, so let's go ahead and go with that. All right. Then let's do INIT. Does that work? So since I switched to Claude, I'm going to have it initialize. And so it'll create some metadata and some file structure. Oh, let me turn that off so it stops making that noise.
It's down at the wake house where I first met that dark-haired girl of
Local storage config default, social carousel.
roses and her lips, they were like Spanish wine. On each branch top there was honey there, beeswax beneath every tree. And the fish of the fin did leap for joy because she was in love with me. Light-heartedly at my loom I work whene'er I
Okay, so let's review. So we've got
is a sweet song that I sing to win her for my very own.
refresh this. So we've got this all set up. We can upload our own picture. It'll do cool stuff like it's doing right now, where it's flying all around the screen. We've got a timer that you can set the time on. Got social links. There's the taking a break message. And then we can add new social tabs to it. So, you know, as that changes, we can change the layout and positioning. We can change the size from 50 to 200%. I like that. That's good. We have some different themes in there. You can change particle density, collision, blah, 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 blah. Super cool stuff. All right. So that's all done. So what do we need next out of this? So this is the break screen portion. And this was kind of where I wanted to start. As I've been doing this, though, I've really been thinking about, you know, what's the next, like now that we have the foundation built here, you know, what are the options? Do I just kind of clone this and make like a standard overlay to, well, let me see if I can put this thing in plan mode and have a conversation with my robot here. So, all right, robot, let's see. Can I put this in plan mode? So I like the break screen. What I'm thinking about now is, do we want to expand this beyond that? So So really the question I've got right now is like, you know, do we want to add to this, or do we want to kind of just expand it? Or do we want to add to it, or do it completely separate? Okay, let's take a look here. Separate file, shared foundation. I like that. Already holds your branding. Okay, yep, gets the visual identity, which is great. You have 2 browser sources, break screen, and a live overlay. Okay, yep, I like that. Why not a separate project? Duplicate your branding config. Yep, makes total sense. Feature persistent social ticker. Yes. Now playing music widget. Maybe. I know people like that though, so I think that's a might. Man, is there a close? Oh yeah, close to the right. Do you want to tap into live Twitch events? Yes. Does the Streamlab... A token from Streamlabs dashboard, and that's it. Okay. What you get? Free, new followers, subs, donations. Okay, yeah. Copy your socket token. Yep. Okay, that's pretty easy to do. Let's go back to what it was suggesting. yes. All right, so let's build a plan here. Okay, new, always on overlay, added to existing Twitch utilities repo, shares config.js. Yep, like it. Live overlay, always visible. Curious how it's going to make that work. User review, socket token. Yep, need to get a socket token. May require at least one Streamlabs widget. Alerts versus built-in Streamlabs alerts. Oh yeah, we'll get rid of those. Replace. What? Let's parking lot this. Do you want a chat display? All right, so Streamlabs, each has its own icon, color, accent, and animation choreography. Let's see, so we've got some themes that we've included already. What is it called? Theme and ambient effects. Make those customizable. Current game activity. Yeah, it's fine. All right, we'll review the changes and then start working on implementation. Plan with user feedback. Oh, it's getting chilly in here. Okay, so this is the second time I've run into this with Antigravity ID. Is it just hangs? Like, I don't think it's doing anything. Hey, we got there. All right. All right, so it looks like this moved almost everything over to Twitch because I asked it to. No, it is still using Streamlabs for donations, which is good. That makes sense. Okay, one more item. Now, all right, let's go. Let's start with this. I don't want to get too complicated. Okay, so push. Let's push this up to get before we start on the next big chunk. Right. I'm going to take a quick break myself, so I will be back in just a couple minutes. Oh yeah, I was gonna update Discord. Let's see, go back to screen sharing. And then while it's working, I hope it's still working. I'm not a huge fan of Antigravity so far. I'm missing my Claude code greatly, but that's okay. We're gonna give it a try. Nope, it's still working. Yeah, I wish it had something to tell you, like, hey, I'm actually functioning in the background. Software needs that. It's important. All right, let's open up Discord. For some reason, invite to server. I don't want that. Now the big one. It's the big one. Let's see. Cloudbot. Chatbot. Yeah, it really needs something to say that it's running. Come on now. Flare, charity. Oh, okay. Commands is what I wanted. Where is... Okay, so I don't see Discord in here. So what the hell is responding with Discord when I type that? That's fun. When you have too many bots in your chat and you don't know who they are. Ban the bots. Accept all those. All right, so apparently it is stream elements. So I'll have to fix that here after the stream. That's fine. So I still don't see, oh, there it is. All right, let's edit this. Hey, that actually works. And then we'll probably finish up this last little bit, and then it'll be time for me to go have some lunch. And then I might jump on here in a couple hours and do a painting stream. Oh, this thing's all done. So let's see what happens. So let's get a browser source up here. And then let's go find our files. And now we're looking for overlay HTML, open. So we're playing just chatting, which is technically not true, but that's okay. How long we've been live, and socials.
Well, the morning being beautiful, charming and clear, disturbed from my dreams as I lay in my den. I dreamt of deep water, high rock, and low glen with my heart tally-ho. Hark over yon brow, she's over, cried the huntsman, and yonder she'll go. As I sat in my form for to view the plains round, I was trembling and shaking in fear of the hound. Seeing no danger appear unto me, I quickly rocked up to the top of Slieve Cool with my heart tally-ho. Hark over yon brow, she's over, cried the huntsman, and yonder she'll go. Well, they hunted me up and they hunted me down. At the loop of the burn they did me surround. Then came the
Okay, so all the alerts have got durations.
hound, give her play for her life. With my heart tally-ho, hark over yon brow, she's over, cried a huntsman, and yonder she'll go.
So I think for both of these, one thing I would do was, I think when we open the overlay settings, I'd like to see it dynamically change the size of the page, make it a sidebar so that we don't accidentally cover over stuff that we need to see. So that'll probably be one of the next ones. In fact, actually,
Gamecocks with my heart tally-ho,
Okay, make myself a note. That's where I'll probably come back. All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody for hanging out. I'm gonna call it good for right now. Go grab some food and then figure out what's on the list for me this afternoon. So I hope you learned something new about anti-gravity today. I know I did. I'll be back later on to probably paint some minis or something like that. So. Oh, actually, that does remind me. One of the main features I wanted isn't here yet. So, let me actually change that. So what I wanted to do, let's add... What do they call it in sources? So what I'm thinking is doing like having a set like number of transitions because like currently if you use slideshow in Streamlabs you can pick one transition and I think that's boring. What I'd love to have it do is have like a random transitions. All right. Well, we hit our limit, so that's fine. I think I'm just gonna take a break. I could switch over to Claude Code and keep going, but I think it's fine for now. I was already kind of at the point where I wanted to stop, so that works for me. Alrighty. Well, thanks everybody for coming on by and hanging out. I appreciate your time, and I will catch y'all next time.